On this basketball episode of the Cavalier Connection, the Who's had an impressive win on Friday versus Villanova. Next, we will give our reaction to their latest win and discuss our upcoming trip to the Bahamas. All of this is next on the Cavalier Connection. Welcome into this episode, our basketball episode of the Cavalier Connection. I'm your host, Jeff Lowe, joined by Jay Ballard. How you doing, Jay?
I'm doing great. Doing great.
Before we get started, we always got to thank our friends over there at Mincer's. When we talk Mincer's, is great customer experience, great sportswear that's durable, high quality, and stylish. Jay, last football game of the season coming up this Saturday, last home football game of the season. Folks need to head into Mincer's. It's a 12 o'clock noon kickoff. You either could go pregame or you could go postgame and celebrate. They've got 2 locations in Charlottesville, or you can go to Mincers.com right now. And I know you ordered something, got it the next day just a few weeks ago. So you could go in there and order right now. It's still time. They have sweatshirts, polos, hats, T-shirts, and all of your game day accessories. Make sure you check out their orange tag sales as well. There is something for everyone. Check them out at one of their 2 locations or go to Mincers.com. Once again, just one of their 2 locations or Mincers.com. Tonight, we want to just talk about the Who's win over Villanova, as that was, in my opinion, was their most impressive performance. And it's in this young season, a 70-60 win. Really, the score does not tell the story, in my opinion. It's a little close. The score is a little closer than the game really was. So we'll just kind of get into it. 3-0. Who's made 14 of 25 from the 3-point from 3. So start out, no Rohde at starting at point guard. They went Day Ames. What's your thoughts on Day in that game and currently, as our point guard?
Yeah, I like Day as the starter moving forward, and we'll see if that remains the case. Bad back Rohde is I think Ball Hawk called him in one of his episodes.
Bad back Rohde.
Look, I think that's probably what most people like. He's like polarizing to the UVA basketball community. Is like, what about Rohde? You got people that think he should play, and a lot of people think he's not an ACC caliber player, and he shouldn't be getting minutes. And I'm probably somewhere more in the middle, definitely leaning more towards the not getting a lot of minutes. But hey, I can't take away what he did against Villanova. Played a real good game. Came out
27 minutes, 13 points, 3 threes, 5 of 8 from the floor, 3 boards, 4 assists.
There were still a couple of warts with some silly turnovers.
But who didn't have one?
How many?
I said, but who didn't?
Right. We were sloppy. Look, that's not a Jay Wright Villanova team. And we're not a Tony Bennett Virginia team. So I almost don't when you hear Virginia Villanova, you think Jay Wright, Tony Bennett, great matchup, Final Four potential teams. And I don't think that's what we saw the other night. Take nothing away from the performance by Virginia. I think they played really well. A lot of good things, but there was also a lot of things that cause concern as you up your level of competition. I don't think Villanova at the end of the year is going to be in the tournament discussion. I don't think they're a bubble team. I don't think they're sniffing the tournament.
Well, we'll see. It's 3 games in, and for them, I think it's 5 games in. But there's room to grow.
And they're 2-3.
I know they were number 20 in the Ken Palm to start the year.
Yeah.
So there's some talent there that on paper there was some talent there. Now whether they execute or not, we don't know. And on the flip side, we're 3-0, and we were Ken Palm like 527. So
either Virginia's really good or Villanova didn't even seem a threat to, like, I was not ever concerned, and I'm a pessimistic fan by nature. Like, I was never concerned.
I agree.
You know, when we were down 9-2, I was concerned, but like after we showed enough of the game had gone by where you could see, you know, kind of how we were playing, how they were playing, and what they were capable of, and what we were capable. I was never concerned that was going to be turned into a game.
I agree. But it's still early season, so just if we go off of their 2-3, then our 3-0, we're going to the Final Four. So there's room for us to grow or to drop, and the same going for them. And real quick, as we talked about Rohde, Reese Beekman posted on Instagram, I believe it was, a lot of folks owe him an apology. So Jay, the floor is yours.
Yeah, I'm not apologizing. I'm gonna be owed an apology after one of these next, you know, few games.
Sure. I think Rohde's got a role on the team. I just not as a starting point guard. So talking about filling up a stat sheet though, Kofi had a slow start to the game. I don't even know if he scored in the first half, but he finished the game with 12 points and 6 rebounds, a nice reverse dunk. I'm reading a lot. You know, folks are saying, look out, he might be a one and done. That they're going to see that side. That it's a lot of talk about that. I don't know if you've seen that, but that they could envision somebody with his size, his strength, and his ability. I mean, this is just, you know, people draft on potential.
Yeah,
we'll see when he plays against the Dukes of the world and North Carolinas, and you know, this week Tennessee's, to see what he does in those. He does play a calm, cool, and collected type of game, and just lets the game come to him. But super athletic. He doesn't look like he's 6'10" on the floor.
He will be paid to play professional basketball, whether that's the NBA or not. I don't know. I'm not that level of a scout. Certainly, he's got some tools with size and shot making ability,
and a handle. He can handle the ball too.
Right, and just seems to be a natural rebounder as well. So yeah, I think he could play in the league, but he's definitely going to get paid. If it's not in the NBA, he's going to get paid to play. I hope he'll stay for, I hope he stays for 4 years. But, you know, in this day and age.
Just knowing how the NBA drafts, if you're told, I mean, gosh, Jay, I mean, as a Laker fan, you got Bronny James. You tell me Bronny James is up there and Kofi's not? Come on.
Oh, yeah. Who's his daddy, though? It ain't Bron.
It's
Mr. Kofi is his dad. I don't know.
It's Folgers.
Yeah.
Dad joke. Anyway, moving forward, I apologize. Finally, IMAC. So IMAC really got aggressive in this game. This is the IMAC we need to see. He was seeking out his shot. What's your thoughts on IMAC, and what impact do you think that Coach Guy may be having? It's funny to say Coach Guy is having on his game.
Well, first, I would like to still see him be more aggressive. Like, he scored 23, but he didn't miss a shot from 3-point range. Did he miss a shot at all?
He did, but I think he missed one. He was 6 for 6 from 3. I don't recall. I don't know if he missed one or not. I know he missed a foul shot.
Yeah. So, I mean, I would like to see him be more aggressive, to be quite honest. Keep shooting. I mean, a bad shot from IMAC is still a good shot for the team, more than likely. This team, though, is a little bit different. Like, you know, Kofi gives them an edge. You know, there's some guys that can make shots. You leave TJ Power, you know, you leave him open, he can make the open shot. And we haven't had guys recently that can make a lot of threes. Day can make the shot, you know, from 3. Sharma, if you leave him open, is supposedly a great shooter. We saw that in the first game. Kind of haven't seen it since, but they've got guys that can shoot the basketball. Taine didn't get any minutes against Villanova, but you leave Taine and he'll burn you. And I don't think Taine's done. So, but yeah, Coach Guy, to answer that part of the question though, he has to help. I mean, he's a shooting legend, and the defenses that Kyle Guy saw are probably pretty similar to the defenses that IMAC's going to see. And so just little tricks to the trade of little ways to cheat, little ways to set moves up that Kyle has learned over the years. Maybe he can pass on to IMAC because they are similar players. I think Kyle was a little bit better going to the basket. Not that he was great, going to the basket, but a little bit better than IMAC at this stage.
Yeah. So the offense for me, it played at a little more of a brisk pace than they did the first two games. Any thoughts on the offense?
I think it's still early. I think, what did we make? 14 threes.
Yep.
Shot a very high percentage from the floor. And we still only scored 70 points, Joe.
Yeah, but I know, but the offense does seem to move a lot quicker. And when
I don't know that it's moving quicker, but there's more movement.
And there's shooting the ball a lot sooner when they get an open shot at times. Now, sometimes they have too many passes, which has been a problem. Just shoot the ball. Or
I don't think you're going to see the 7-8 minute droughts with this team.
Right.
And the only time they really struggled to score against Villanova is when they got stagnant and just kind of stood around the perimeter.
Mm-hmm.
When they're passing and cutting and moving, they have potential to be a really good offense. But again, it's not running the same side. Like when Virginia would run sides with Coach Bennett, everybody knew where the ball was going, what the objective was when it got there. Mm-hmm. They're running more of a read and react offense, which is really not a set pattern. It's you do this, so I do that. Right. I read what you do as the ball handler. I read what you do as the defender, and then I bounce off of that. So, there's some freedom that they haven't had. And IMAC has talked a little bit about having more freedom under Coach Sanchez, and I would venture to say that he's not the only guy that feels that way.
I think this team is, without a doubt, in my opinion, is going to be much better offensively than last year's team, which went to the tournament. Now, the question is, though, can we match with the defense on the other end? Because when we go and run like this a little bit, that leads to offense going the other way as well. So, but as far as, being able to score the ball, I think I agree. I don't know about the 8 to 9 minute stretches without scoring now. And I think the issues in the past have been the offense is just a little bit stale. And so everybody's not cut out for just not being able to shoot that three in rhythm.
Yeah.
So we'll see. And then I know you mentioned Taine. The rotation was, shrunk down to 8. No Taine Murray, and once again, no Christian Bliss. I'm hoping we see him soon.
I'm not convinced Christian Bliss is actually a real person. I think he could be AI generated. And then every game is like, oh, we're going to see Christian this game. Yeah. Oh, man, he just ain't quite ready. Ain't quite ready. Like he's like a what's it called? A Sasquatch. Like I've been told he exists, but I've never seen him on the court, so I don't know.
Real quick on you said AI generated. You see the post on X today, the UVA Barstool. They had this post, and it was a picture talking about UVA. I guess it was football at the time from back in the day, and you go to the men came. The
ties and pearls or whatever.
Yeah. And they said it was rough. The lady, it was AI generated. The lady on there, if you go look at it, 6 fingers.
I had not seen that. I saw the post.
And to
but I
be
didn't
honest
notice
with you,
that.
I would have never even noticed that. But somebody pointed it out, and
Of course.
the girl's got 6 fingers.
Those Twitter sleuths.
Yeah. Yeah. So we'll see. Eight guys, no Tane, but I'm with you. I know there's gonna be a role for Tane. We don't know about the Christian Bliss situation.
I don't count Christian Bliss as even being on this team until he plays.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even want to talk about him. He's not relevant. He's not a relevant player. He's just not.
Man, you might have to do an apology tour to Christian Bliss.
Look, if he exists, on what planet do I know he actually plays basketball?
I've seen
nothing.
I've seen him in the sweats.
I mean, I didn't go to the blue-white game because I couldn't. I know he apparently showed up there, but look, if you gotta get healthy, what's your best ability, Jeff?
Availability.
Yeah.
And I tell you what, let me go real quick. I'll give you another opportunity if you want to shoot an apology out to Andrew Rohde, because I tell you what, he was available. He came off that back. He said, "You know what? I'm sore, but I'm coming out for the team."
Well, I think it helped him. He made that first shot, like he tends to do a lot. Last year, he would even make his first shot, but then he followed it up with a second make, and then he got into a nice rhythm, and obviously he liked the lighting in the gym that day or something, because we're not used to seeing the ball go in at that kind of clip from Mr. Rohde. I hope it continues. I don't anticipate it.
You'll be apologizing here soon. This Thursday we have the team has the unfortunate situation of having to travel to the Bahamas. Only a business trip for the Who's, as they face the 11th ranked Tennessee Volunteers, and then they'll also potentially play. I don't recall. It's a tough little stretch. Baylor.
Gosh, I'm drawing a blank, but I'm anticipating Baylor winning.
And Tennessee's they can score the ball. 103 versus Austin Peay. They also beat ACC's Louisville 77-55. What do the Who's have to do to win?
I was doing some research on them just before, preparing for this episode, and I forgot that our boy
Igor's with Tennessee,
Milicic,
showed
up there, and he's been on fire to start this year.
Ain't that a shame?
I mean, he's dynamic, and so that's gonna be painful to watch, because I was an Igor fan when he was at Virginia, and thought he had some potential. I don't know why he left, if it was just playing time or relationship wise, I don't know, but I really wish he'd have come back to UVA, and I know we were interested. So it's going to be a little bit painful to watch him play. But as far as winning the game, Tennessee is going to want to run up and down the floor. They do have some big size. They've got some size. They'll play four. They do have some injuries. A couple of their guys have been missing practice. Estrella, one of their bigs, I don't know if he's going to play. But the guys that are hurt are role players. I don't think it's going to be anybody that they can't sustain some success without. But they're going to want to get up and down the floor. And, this is going to be a true, like, Villanova plays slow. We play slow. This is going to be the first time we've seen a team with skill that wants to run, and then how do we react to that? Do we allow them to if this game is played in the 60s or 50s, we probably have a good shot to win. If it's played in the 80s, then we probably don't.
Yeah, if it gets in the 80s, we're probably losing into 20 by about 20.
Yeah,
but we'll see. We don't know what it's like to lose as a basketball.
You shoot 14 for 20 or 23, whatever it was, from three. You do that again, you can beat anybody in the country.
Yep.
So
yep. That's one thing this team has. I think last year. I think we're going to be able to shoot the ball this year. So So hopefully next week we'll be coming on and we will be discussing the Who's
two big wins,
some success in the Bahamas. I do want to real quick before we wrap this up. just something, just really thinking out loud. There's been some, definitely give us a follow on X, subscribe to the YouTube channel. There's been some great conversation. Two guard out there, he has, he likes to talk about the basketball program and the history. And, Jay and I, we love the history of the basketball program. And he's bringing up names from the past that I've just completely forgot about.
Yeah.
And so I'd love to, one episode here upcoming, talk about some of the teams, or maybe the best name in our, a roster from like, of course, we've done Jeff Jones, but the Jeff Jones era, the Terry Holland era, the Pete Gillen era,
Jeff, not to play spoiler, but I mean, I've already put this on X. So we have probably one of the greatest Pete Gillen era players.
Yep.
On the podcast that will drop. I'm assuming it'll be when this airs. It'll be tomorrow.
Yep.
And so. Yeah, really excited to talk to big Elton Brown.
Yep.
We talked to football Elton Brown. Now we get to talk to basketball Elton Brown.
Yep.
That'll be a fun one.
Yeah. So I would definitely like to just stroll back through memory lane of some of these guys, and really I read these tweets from Two Guard, and I'm like, God bless it, I forgot about this guy. I forgot about that guy.
One of my favorite names that when I was looking up stuff for Elton, one of the guys I really love to watch play, Todd Billett.
Oh yeah, Todd Billett reminds me of our Sammy Zaglinski that we just interviewed.
Yeah,
the other day.
Sure.
Similar styles of play.
I'd like to get Billett on. He was fun. We'll have to see.
Yeah, Billett was a good one. He was a good one.
Keith Jennifer, another name.
Jennifer's another one. I saw that name. I was like, I forgot all about Keith Jennifer.
Yeah. For sure.
Yeah. But yeah. What about did you come across Jeff Lowe? I guess that's a no.
No.
Maybe there's another episode
of Franklin YMCA.
There's another episode to talk church league basketball, and I know everybody's salivating at the mouth to hear.
Yeah. But, shout out Tucker Swamp.
Shout out to the Tucker Swamp Baptist Church and the Franklin Church of God in the yellow and black uniforms. But I know the scouts were out there taking a look, and I never got the call. But there's some.
You didn't have cell phones back then. I'm sure they called. You just weren't home.
I just wasn't home at the time, and they didn't leave a message on the answer machine.
I mean, who couldn't use a near 6 foot center? I mean,
oh man, no reason to take shots here, but anyway, I would like to stroll down memory lane with some of these basketball guys. I think we got to figure a way to get Two Guard onto the show.
He'll come on. We gotta do that.
He can preach some knowledge to me because he's knowledgeable. I'd like to see who Two Guard is. But yep. So basketball Thursday.
Maybe we have a Two Guard and old ball coach on the same time.
That's a great episode. But yeah, we got basketball Thursday. We got Elton Brown coming on the show Friday, or we'll be dropping that one on Friday. SMU on Saturday. Holy cow! The busy
we're
week
gonna
ahead.
be busy who's.
But I think that's going to wrap us up for our basketball episode. And go to Mensers.com, check them out. Cavalier Gold.
One more thing. For all of your IRA needs, if you're feeling in uncertain times.
That's right.
That you want to turn your traditional IRA into an IRA backed by gold, Jeff. You go to cavaliergold.com, cavaliergold.com.
They go Who's.
Go Who's.